This sector of the economy is well known for its quick invention, which frequently results in groundbreaking goods that have the potential to revolutionize our lives. There are, however, some technical breakthroughs that are neither required nor advantageous. It's possible that certain technological items could be construed as problematic, foolish, or even destructive. An in-depth look at various categories of technological devices that, according to some people, ought not to be in existence is as follows. Number 5. Smart home devices that are excessively intrusive. The automation of many areas of home management, such as lighting and heating, as well as security and entertainment, is one of the primary goals of smart home gadgets, which are supposed to make life simpler. Nevertheless, there are some of these gadgets that can be unduly obtrusive, which raises considerable concerns regarding privacy. However, despite the fact that they provide benefits such as convenience and increased safety, they also capture sensitive information about visitors, which may compromise their privacy. Voice assistants that are always on. Devices such as the Amazon Echo or the Google Home are continually listening for requests, which may result in unintentional recordings and data breaches. Violations of privacy. These devices frequently gather and retain huge amounts of personal data, which raises problems about the security of sensitive information and the consent of users. Continuous monitoring and recording can result in unauthorized surveillance and misuse of data, which are both potential risks associated with surveillance. Smart trash cans. Some smart trash cans come equipped with features such as automated opening and sensors that are built in to monitor the amount of waste that is being disposed of. Despite the fact that they are creative, they frequently provide a very limited practical use in comparison to the amount of money they cost. Connected home security cameras. Although high-resolution cameras that are equipped with facial recognition technology have the ability to offer robust security, they may also raise concerns around the possibility of footage being misused and the possibility of ongoing surveillance. The repercussions. Inappropriate use of data. The information that is gathered by these devices has the potential to be inappropriately used if it enters the wrong hands, which could result in the disclosure of private and sensitive information. The bigger the number of gadgets that are connected to the internet, the greater the likelihood that such devices will be hacked or that unauthorized individuals will have access to personal information. Number 4. High-priced wearables with little practicality. Some examples of wearable technology are smartwatches and fitness trackers, which have gained popularity in recent years for the purpose of monitoring health indicators and sending notifications. However, as a result of their high costs, certain wearables provide only a limited number of practical benefits. The following are some examples of luxury smartwatches. High-end smartwatches that have minimal functionality beyond standard notifications and fitness tracking typically come with excessive price tags when they are purchased. Devices that track extremely specialized metrics, such as the amount of calories expended per minute, can be considered redundant if they do not provide actionable insights or enhance health outcomes. There are specialized fitness gadgets that can be used to track these metrics. The high cost of various wearables may not always justify the limited functionality or advantages in day-to-day life. This is a concern associated with the cost versus value debate. Obsolescence. Rapid technology improvements have the potential to render pricey wearables obsolete in a short amount of time, which can result in frequent and wasteful updates. Jewelry such as rings or bracelets that enable basic notifications or fitness monitoring typically come with a premium price tag, but very limited functionality in comparison to ordinary fitness trackers. This type of jewelry is considered to be fashion-forward smart jewelry. In the realm of health management, luxury health monitors are devices that display detailed health measurements but provide nothing in the way of actionable recommendations or improved health management. The repercussions. There's a possibility that consumers will wind up spending a big amount of money on wearables that do not appreciably benefit their day-to-day lives or the outcomes of their health measures. Saturation of the market. The market for luxury wearables has the potential to generate a bubble in which customer interest is driven more by trends than by the actual benefits of the product. Number 3. Unnecessary electronic devices. In a nutshell, certain technological goods are developed more for the purpose of novelty than for use. The majority of the time, these devices do not serve any practical use and thus might be considered a waste of resources. As an illustration, smart refrigerator magnets are frequently used as digital noteboards. Nevertheless, they do not bring much value in comparison to alternatives that are either free or inexpensive, such as smartphone apps or real notes. While Bluetooth-enabled toothbrushes are able to monitor brushing patterns, many individuals believe that the data is not necessary and would rather clean their teeth manually without the use of any additional technology. Concerns: consumerism. These devices lead to the accumulation of clutter and excessive consumption, which is frequently predicated on trends rather than true requirements. Impact on the environment. The manufacturing and disposal of such devices can result in an increase in the amount of electronic trash and cause damage to the environment. The term smart coasters refers to coasters that have incorporated technology that can monitor the amount of drinks consumed or adjust the temperature settings. These coasters may be considered unneeded when more straightforward options are available. The term Bluetooth-enabled egg trays refers to trays that are able to monitor the freshness of eggs through the use of an application. This may be considered excessive in comparison to more conventional methods such as eye examination or expiration dates. The repercussions: consumer distraction. These devices have the potential to divert attention away from technology breakthroughs that are more significant and beneficial, leading consumers to concentrate on novelty rather than improvements that are more practical. Having an impact on the environment, the manufacturing and disposal of such devices contribute to the accumulation of electronic waste and the pollution of the ecosystem. Number 2. Toys for children comprised of data collection. To summarize, technological toys that are intended for children frequently include data collection elements that can be worrisome, particularly with regard to issues of privacy and security. Toys that record and analyze children's speech can represent substantial privacy hazards if the data obtained from these toys is exploited. Some examples of such toys include smart toys with voice recognition, educational toys that are connected. Although these toys are intended to facilitate learning, they frequently capture personal information about children and the behaviors they exhibit. Concerns: privacy risks. The information pertaining to children is extremely sensitive, and the collection of this information might result in privacy violations and the possibility of exploitation. There is a potential for children's safety to be compromised by toys that are connected to the internet because these toys are susceptible to hacking. Smart dolls and action figures are toys that record conversations or track playtime. These toys can be dangerous if the data they record or track is retained or transmitted without additional security measures being in place. Tablets for children that are educational. Tablets that are intended for children and have the ability to capture data about their usage, which could put them at risk of privacy violations if they are not controlled appropriately. The repercussions: risks to privacy and security. The collecting of data from children can result in violations of their privacy, as well as the possibility that the data will be used for targeted advertising or other reasons. Concerns of parents. Parents may be concerned about the quantity of data collected and how it is utilized, which may lead to a potential lack of faith in technological items that are created for children. Number 1. An excessively sophisticated technology for easy tasks. The purpose of certain technological items is to ease activities, but in the end they wind up adding complexity that is not necessary. In many cases, these items do not improve the user experience and may even make routine tasks more difficult to do. Smart blenders with multiple modes. Users who are only interested in making a smoothie may find themselves overwhelmed by high-tech blenders that have a variety of feature combinations and settings. Multifunction remote controls. Remotes that have an overwhelming number of buttons and modes might be difficult to understand, particularly when there are options that are less complicated and more user-friendly. When basic tasks are overly complicated, it can lead to frustration among users, which in turn can contribute to a decline in overall satisfaction with the product. Users could spend more time learning how to utilize the technology than they do actually benefiting from it. This is referred to as an increased learning curve. On the other hand, basic versions are sufficient for the majority of consumers. Advanced coffee makers are machines that have a large number of settings and digital interfaces, which can make the process of brewing coffee excessively complicated. High-tech shower heads are shower heads that come equipped with a variety of modes, temperature sensors, and digital displays, all of which have the potential to make the act of taking a shower more complicated. Complexity in design can lead to user annoyance, particularly if the technology does not greatly increase the user experience or convenience. This is especially true in situations where the difficulty of the design is high. Enhanced maintenance. Devices that are overly intricate typically require a greater amount of maintenance and troubleshooting, which can reduce the benefits that were supposed to be gained from using them. Subscribe now to watch more videos like this.